Hello everyone, this is Coach Jean of Drafting Lifestyle, and we are here again for another video tutorial. Now, since we are already done with architectural works, structural works, and electrical works, it's time for us to work already on plumbing. Now, when you talk about plumbing, it talks about the distributions of water system in a structure and as well as the flow of sanitary waste and water waste in a structure. So, these are the things that are very important kapag nag-work na tayo sa plumbing plan. So, ang plumbing really works with what we call, the first thing we have to work is the distribution of water in a structure. So here in our module, in our what we call learning material, our topic here is to draft hot and cold water distribution system. Now, pag sinabi natin hot and cold water distribution, it talks about meron kayong supply for hot water and meron din kayong supply for cold water. Now, but in a basic work, sa AutoCAD natin, so sa tutorial natin, we are just going to work on already on what we call sa distribution lang sa water system sa isang structure. So we will disregard with hot and cold water. So but if you like this module, you just have to PM me para mas may magamit din kayo. So in this structure, it describes as, or should I say by definition, hot and cold water is supplied to the building by a series of pipes connected from one source to the other pressure of the building fixtures through water line distribution system. So maraming what we call water connection company, but in our place we call it Zamboanga Water District. I'm not sure with other cities, pero so iba Maynilad, other cities I'm not sure with the name, pero these are water sources na magagaling para sa isang structure. One of man's essential need is water. He could live for days without food, but not without water. Water is a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. Water appears in the natural state of liquid or solid in ice, or in other words is gas from vapor or what we call steam. So here we have water is 830 times heavier than air, but it is 133 times lighter than gaseous state. Water can be sourced from rainwater, natural surface water, and underground water na meron ng gamit. Now, if you want this kind of module, you just have to PM me so that I could share it to you. Itong module, again, this module is not for sale, but is only used for what we call learning materials only. Okay, so let's start working with our AutoCAD works. So here, I already prepared two layout. We have the water layout system, water layout plan, or what we call water line layout, and the sewer line layout. So here I'm going to just show you kung paano ang procedure. So there are so many ways on how to draft. As you can see in other video tutorials sa YouTube, meron na tayong mas madaling paraan. So ang kagandahan ng sa kanitong work is that you only identify kung saan banda ang merong mga kailangan ng mga water, so positions ng mga faucets for different purposes. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here, by the way, before we proceed, before you're going to finalize your drafts for plumbing works, you have to consult first a sanitary engineer. They are the most expert and most versatile in this kind of work. So sa structural, si civil engineer; sa electrical, si electrical engineer. For architectural works, of course, there is the architect. Now for plumbing works, you have to talk with the sanitary engineer. So they are the most reliable person to talk with pag ganitong mga works. Okay, so here should I say, let's start with our line. So first thing I already have here what we call I have already the layer for water pipes. Okay, so water pipe, meron din tayong mga different mga layouts, or gagamitin natin, or we will add along the way, no, ang mga what we call pipe connections, ang mga kailangan natin sa work. So the first thing I'm going to draft is yung mga fitting joints, so yung elbow at saka T-joints, so that along the way makount na natin kung ilan ang mga elbow at saka T-joints. So we're going to draft simply by this one. So first one, I'm going to have a line of 0.2 and then line of 0.05 here, or if you want to have it 0.10, pwede din naman siya. So siguro let's try to have it at 0.1 para medyo malaki siya here, and then another one here, copy dito, then line here, or copy point 1 to the center, and then line here, point 1. Now, I'm going to move this one here. Okay, now, change the layer into what we call what pipe connection. So, I'm going to layer this right away with a pipe connection. After neto, it's either you can group this, okay, you can group this, or you can just layer it. So, for me, I'm just going to group it. No, then the other one for the elbow, I'm going to have it point 1 and another point 1. Okay. Now I'm going to fillet this one and then have the radius at 0.05 and then click so that I could already identify the elbow na 90 degrees. So again, copy natin siya, nagawa natin ng line ng point 1 and then another point 1. So move these two lines to complete yung elbow natin. Okay? So layer this right away with your pipe connection here. I'm sorry, this one it's not here, it's pipe connection as I created. You can also create your own layer. And then right away I'm going to group this one. Okay, you can group this one dito, and then they are already grouped as one. Okay, but if you wish to change this into blocks, you may also do so. Now afterwards here, I'm going to change my layer with water pipe. Now ngayon, I'm going to draw first galing dito sa side, no, yung ating water pipe. Click dito and then click dito. Now why did I choose to have it outside the wall? Outside, so that along the way, kapag nagka-problema ang ating mga pipes, madali natin siyang maayos. Okay? Madali natin siyang maayos kapag magto-troubleshoot tayo. But you can also place them inside the walls. Pwede din naman siya. Walang strict na method dyan. Okay? So, if you wish to have this like this, sa labas, pwede. If you wish also to have sa loob ng mga walls, pwede. But I prefer it outside because of whenever there is troubleshoot, madali natin siyang ma-arrange. Okay? So, after natin dito, before we proceed, no, I'm going to drop first a rectangular command here of 0.1 to 0.2. Okay, so I'm going to change this one first into the default layer, and then I'm going to change my default layer into 0. Okay? So, palitan natin muna ang layer ko para magawa ko na mas madali. So, line. Okay? And then line dito. So, I'm going to change this one into a symbol of, okay, as our gate bulb, or I'm sorry, our check bulb. And then after that, line here, sabihin natin 0.2, and then circle for our meter reader. So okay, so 0.2, malaki masyado, I'm going to have it only 0.1. So 0.1, and then move this drawing here as our meter reader. Ngayon, next is I'm going to copy this one. Okay, copy. And then copy this one as our safety bulb. Okay? Then copy this one here sa ating source. Then I'm going to create line here and then set a polygon. Then choose 3 lines for triangle. Click lang natin, enter, position it like this, and then trim yung excess. So, before we proceed, I'm going to, magkaiba kasi ang symbol ng ating check bulb at saka ating safety bulb. Okay? So, after dito, before we proceed, no, I'm going to layer this right away with our pipe connections. Okay? Sa ating water, or what we call the pipe connection, so that they will be most makita talaga. So, layer, match the layer for these water pipes para alam natin kung saan banda ang ating water pipe. So, after nito, I'm going to place text here. Okay? So, text, this is safety valve. Okay? SV. So, I'm going to reduce the text height into 0.15. change the layer into text. Okay. Okay, try to move it closer para mas madali. Copy. Going upward, I'm going to have this as our check bulb, or what we call, sometimes they're using gate bulb. Okay, GV or gate bulb. Okay, copy, and then I'm going to place this as M. Okay, siguro I'm going to lessen the text height into 0.13, then move the text in the circle sa loob, so that this will be our water meter reader. Okay, now once you're already done, I'm going to copy this one again and then place the text here. Okay, to water source connection. So in other words, itong pipe na to galing to sa ating main source ng ating water line. So marami kasing pwedeng paggamitan nito. So at times, again, I told you, different from other cities and other countries. Iba't iba, provinces. Iba't iba ang mga pangalan ng ating mga water source supplier. Sa amin dito, Zamboanga Water District. So, that's the water source supplier namin dito. Okay, so once nandito na, which means the flow of water will go here through here. So, ibig sabihin, I can already place ang mga positions ng mga fixtures ng ating pipes. So, first thing, I'm going to change my layer right away here. Water pipe. Para alamin ko kung saan banda. So, for example, I'm going to place here sa labas ng water pipe. Okay, so ibig sabihin maglalagay ako ng faucet dito sa labas. Okay, so in other words, maglalagay ako ng faucet dito. Then dito naman, punta rito. Again, if you want to place it inside the wall, you may do so. Okay, so here, check lang natin, target it right away, click, and then click natin siya paloob. Okay, so sorry, let me just fix this one para mas maganda tignan. So trim natin siya. Okay, about this one, let me erase, check this one here para mas maganda siyang tignan at maayos. Okay, so if you want to place it outside the wall, pwede. So hindi pa tayo tapos dito ha. We are going to place symbols dito para sa faucet. After naman ito, I'm going to connect here para dito. Then one for the angle bulb. Okay, maglalagay tayo ng water source supply dito. Then dito, I'm going to place faucet or shower head, and then for our kitchen sink dito, I'm going to center it dito. Then afterwards, maglalagay ako isa ng faucet sa labas. This is intended for service area. This could be used para sa mga washing machine, paglaban ng mga malalaking kawali na medyo madumi siya at hindi accessible sa paglaba dito, or even doing some laundry task here para magawa lang sa labas. So, hindi madudumihan sa loob. Okay. So, let's try to place this time, etong ginawa nating drawing dito for T-joints and elbow joints, ilalagay na natin. Okay? So, I'm going to copy first etong mga T-joints. So, copy natin siya in all intersections. So, here, we have 1, 2, 3. So, meron pa dito tayo sa labas for 4. So, simply by rotating this object. So, copy natin siya, rotate the object right away. Copy. Dito, we have 1 and we have 2. Okay, so we already have, by simply definition, when you're going to estimate already with this one, alam na natin kung ilan ang mga T-joints and elbow joints ang i-connect natin kasi alam na natin kung saan banda-banda siya. Then after nito, so since we already have this one, so I'm going to erase this, and then I'm going to rotate yung ating elbow joint. Okay, so copy. So the first thing I'm going to move it here is somewhere here. Then move ito papunta rito. Okay? So trim lang natin yung excess ng ating line. Then we already have the elbow here. So after nito, copy itong elbow na ginawa natin. Copy here and then mirror. Okay. mirror. Yun. Yes. Copy on the opposite side. Okay, dito. Place it here. I'm sorry, it should be rotated in other way. Yun. Then move the object to identify na meron tayong elbow din dito. Okay. Now, once we already have it here, we also are going to need, rotate natin to siya, copy for this purpose. Okay. So, click, move this one, click. So, we already have yung ating mga elbow joints. So, ibig sabihin, madali na lang natin siya ma-identify kung saan-saan banda yung mga may elbow joints. So, once we're done, it's time for us to place yung mga symbols dito. Okay, so we already have the gate bulb, the safety bulb, and the water meter reader. Then T-joints, water pipes here and through here. So I'm going to drop here a simple faucet and simple shower head, and as well as itong angle valve natin dito. So angle valve will supply water through the water closet. So dito magsusupply siya ng water para sa pag-flushing ng solid waste natin dito. So now that I've already have here, so I'm going to create line here, line of 0.1. Okay, if you wish to extend this into 0.2, I'm going to have it in 0.2. Then afterwards, dito line of 0.1. So moving this one here, then I'm going to fillet this one. Okay, F, radius, I'm going to choose 0.1, enter, click, and then click. So I'm going to reduce yung text height, ang height nito somewhere here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is create line here, and then trim itong excess. Now, once you're already here, I'm going to create 0.1 line. Okay, move this text, I'm sorry, this line here, and then create another line on the middle of this one, 0.05, and then this one, create a line again, 0.05, as this could represent ang faucet natin. So, click dito, papunta dito. As a representation that this could be faucet. Now, if you want to extend more on this side na to, you may do so. Remember, this is not measured. Okay, this is not mandatory. Some they are just using circle as the faucet. So, pwede din. For me, mas madali siyang gawin, mas gusto kong gawin siya ganito kasi mas klaro ang magbabasa. So, 0.05, extend dito ng konti as our faucet. Okay, so I'm going to change this one, yung layer natin dito, for pipe connection. So again, group this one. I'm going to group this as a one drawing. So after nito, I'm going to copy yung drawing and then rotate this drawing here. So move the drawing that I created somewhere here. Okay, as a representation of the faucet that we created dito sa loob ng drawing. Okay, now if you want to move little bit further sa baba, or if you want to move this one going to center, you may do so. Pero para sa akin, okay na yun siya, ganun. Okay, so once you're done, copy ko rin to siya. Copy. And then I'm going to rotate the drawing, or mirrored, like this. Now this is the faucet for outside sa service area. Okay, so pwede natin ilagay siya dito as a faucet dito. Then eto naman, i-move ko, or move ng object natin, then ilalagay ko sa labas yung faucet dito, which means there is a faucet here sa labas. Syempre, of course, we have to water the plants, wash the service natin, yung mga vehicular na meron tayo sa bahay. So you need to. So definitely ilalagay ko ang faucet dito sa labas para of course other things there. Then I'm going to move itong final natin dito sa ating ginawang lavatory sink or faucet for lavatory sink dito. Then the only remaining thing here is itong dalawa. So again, I'm going to create a rectangular command here, 0.1 tab 0.2. So I'm going to create a rectangle cross lines in between to create as the bulb. Okay, so trim excess, and then I'm going to place a line here. Okay, 0.1, and then another line here for 0.1 para sa ating angle bulb. Okay, so this is the one who is going to supply water to the water closet. Okay, so change the layer to 5 connections. Okay, then if you want to group this one, group, then move this object here para sa pag-supply ng water dito sa ating water closet. Okay, so the reason why may angle bulb, so that you need to shut the water here. Okay, also if you wish to provide an angle, should I say safety bulb along the way, you may do so. Okay, so safety bulb, going to also draft safety bulbs here para kung sakaling may kailangan kayong i-close, pwede. So later na natin siya ilagay. So after none, we have to concentrate on the last drawing here. So I'm going to create a rectangular command here, then 0.2 tab 0.2. So in other words, this is the shower head. Okay, so 0.0 25, and then I'm going to create a line here of 0.2, then create a line here of 0.1, move this object to complete the drawing of the shower head. So i-move natin siya closer here. So here I'm going again to change the layer into 5 connections, and then group this drawing dito sa ating, okay, so ito pwede natin itong i-adjust papunta dito so that we could identify. So if you wish to move this more closer, okay, you may also do the same. Okay, so shower head, angle bulb here. Now angle bulb, if you wish to put the angle bulb much more closer here, you may also do the same kasi it's not really mandatory na kailangan sa gitna talaga siya. So it must be on the side. Now the question is, sir, bakit walang faucet dito sa loob? Now one, we have already indicate faucet here, and of course if we need, syempre pag nag-CCR tayo, which we are Filipinos, we love to have what we call faucet dito para so whenever we need to put water on pail para or balde para mag-flushing dito. So now I did not choose to place them because yung mga shower heads natin dito ay multifunctional na. So yung shower head natin dito, should I say, meron kasi mga 4-in-1 na may bidet na, mayroong pang faucet, meron pang extra hand shower na nilalagay. So I choose not to, but if you wish to add faucet somewhere here, to add here faucet dito sa banda, you may do so. Okay, so if gusto nyo lang, if not, this is already good as is. Okay, so once andito na, it's time for us to draft yung ating ginawang gate bulb dito. Okay, so dito, so I'm going to place a gate bulb somewhere here. Once we need to fix something here along this line dito, pwede. Now if you wish to also to check this line here, pwede. So I'm going to create a rectangular command again of 0.1 tab 0.2, then create a line here dito. Okay, and then eto, if you wish this one, pwede rin naman, pero merong iba, they have to place it somewhere here, 0.1, then another 0.1, and then place this one here sa ating drawing. Okay, so once you're already done with this work, okay, so we have to place now our gate bulb into its position. So but before proceeding in there, papalitan ko muna ng layer ng ating gate bulb. So remember, you have to place them accordingly to its purpose, yung pinaka strategic position. So for me, I'm going to place this gate bulb somewhere here dito, so that along the way, kapag meron tayong aayusing mga pipe connections along the way here, you can easily just check it dito. Okay, so without disturbing yung water source dito. Now if you want, pwede rin naman each meron silang gate bulb. Now after nyan, no, if you want to also fix yung faucet natin dito, by the way, I forgot to group this one, so I'm going to group, then copy this one, copy this drawing, copy this one, and then place it here. So that meron din tayong access to fix this area here para kung sakaling magka-problema man dito along this way, pwede. So, if you want to add faucet, pwede pa dito. Okay, so before we proceed to end this work, I'm going to place this one, MLD. Okay, so you have to label yung drawing natin dito. Okay? Okay, so once we are done, it's time for us to label yung water pipe na ginawa natin. Okay, so I'm going to have an MLD, multi-line leader line. Okay, then enter. Click lang natin siya. And I'm going to have it somewhere here. Okay, F8. So click here. And I'm going to type here 12-inch percent C as diameter. I'm sorry, it should be 1/2. Okay, so 1/2. So to make it 1/2 or you can just check the stack here to make it an half. Okay, so once andun na, okay, so spacebar, we have 1/2 inch percent C or diameter PPR water, okay, line. So there are so many descriptions for this, but if you have to place it something like this, you may also do the same. So to identify that this is a water lines ginagamit natin, so I'm going to check this one or change the layer into text, and then if you want the same, copy lang natin to siya, the same dito sa ating drawing. Okay, so once you're already done with the water pipeline, so just check, so calling dito to the water source, safety bulb, and then we have the gate bulb, and it's time for us to place yung mga descriptions ng bawat symbol. So I'm going to copy etong text natin, copy, then we have here F for faucet, move, pupunta dito, copy, the same dito, papunta sa labas. Now remember, itong purpose sa labas for mga service areas or washing machines na gagamitin natin dito. So then after nito, copy natin to, we have the kitchen sink here. So I'm going to change the text into KS for the kitchen sink, move, then copy, we have here yung ating shower head. So SHO or shower head, you may do the same. So shower head, so move along the way to make it on center, then copy dito para sa isa, we have the angle valve AV, so make sure to place it accordingly. So after naman natin dito, no, we have still the same KS o lavatory sink dito sa loob ng toilet and bathroom. So we have LS for lavatory sink, and then after nito, we have to place here gate bulb also or safety bulb. Okay, so to make sure meron tayong mga descriptions and to make it more detailed para mas madali siyang maintindihan ng gagawa. So we have here gate valve, okay, copy. Now if you wish to change this symbol here, since because they are gate the same thing here, you can also do the same. Okay, so once you are done with this work, no, so ibig sabihin you can already present this one of course sa isang engineer, sa isang sanitary engineer, so that kung meron pang changes, you have to ask them. Okay, so para mas madali ang trabaho ninyo. So let's try to see and plot this work. So let's plot the work, of course into PDF lang muna. Okay, so change this one, window, check, so preview if it's in monochrome. So here we can already identify the flow of the water supply sa isang bahay. Okay, so dito, galing dito sa water supply, papunta rito, merong faucet sa labas, then papunta rin dito, we have the gate bulb, so that when we need to fix this area, pwede. So faucet or for the lavatory sink, then afterwards proceeding here, diretso na naman papunta dito, gate bulb for this area. So we have here for the angle bulb para sa supply ng water closet, shower head, multifunctional, meron siyang faucet naman sa baba. If you wish to add faucet, you may do so. So galing naman dito sa kitchen sink. Now if you wish to add gate bulb somewhere here, pwede ha, you may do so. So kitchen sink, and then lastly we have the faucet dito papunta sa labas for our lavatory. Okay, so that's how simple you are going to draft ang ating water line layout. Okay, so if you wish to have a copy of the module, just PM lang po either sa Messenger ba o sa Gmail, pwede. Okay, so hanggang dito na lang muna. I wish you all the best. So if you have suggestions that we could improve our videos and video tutorials na ginagamit namin para sa mga students, you may just address it to us para mas ma-improve pa namin ang aming mga quality of videos that we have. Okay? Salamat po sa suporta and thank you. God bless you and stay safe, guys. Mabuhay po tayo.